Hello and welcome, Dirty William here with another DDO discussion video, coming to you from the beautiful Bogwater Tavern in downtown House Fjarlin. In a recent post in the Lamania forums, Dan TL, I think I'm saying his name right, probably not, he asked, what is the Reaper difficulty? After seeing it in a quest information box. The information box read, quote, "To qualify, you must play on hard, elite, or Reaper difficulty your first time through." This seemed to indicate a possible difficulty choice that would be harder than elite. SEVERLIN'S, the DDO developer extraordinaire, said, "I can neither confirm nor deny that we have been discussing the possibility of a Reaper mode with the Players' Council, or that we have been looking into some sort of proof of concept for a new difficulty above Elite. Nor are we committing to, nor are we announcing another difficulty level at this time. In other words, we forgot to remove that from the LAN build, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain." So this seems like it's a setting that ended up in, at least in name, on the Lamania test server. The discussion on the DDO forums that followed could be placed into several camps, including, number 1, it's a great idea, we need a harder game. Number 2, it's a great idea, so long as it doesn't offer better rewards. Number 3, it's a great idea, but there's enough XP in the game already. Number 4, this will be implemented, people will say it's too hard, Turbine will make it easier, and repeat. And number 5, you're a noob, you don't know what you're talking about. And the last one is just a catch-all for pretty much everything not listed in the first 4 or other unmentioned points. So the topic of discussion today is, if Turbine created a higher difficulty than Elite, what are the pros and cons of that? What would it be like? Would this increase the player base, or would it alienate people? And my answers are as follows. Better loot, evil monsters, it'd be scary, maybe, and probably. Thank you all for watching. This is Dirty William. No, seriously. Here is my opinion as some just random guy who plays the game badly and has a YouTube channel. This, in internet terms, makes me completely infallible, and that is sarcasm. First, the Reaper pros. First, a higher difficulty setting gives many people the ability to have their heads stomped in when they try to solo it with their multi-life uber-geared tune. This is needed because they're asking for it. The difficulty, not the head stomping. If players want a challenge, give it to them, and then stick to your guns, Turbine. Don't waffle. Don't listen to the piteous cries of those who wanted this uber-elite Haxor difficulty, but are now just a splat beneath a CR 108 giant. Let them weep. Let their tears fall like rain, and don't change a thing unless it's to make it even more harderer. So what are you fighting for? Loot, XP, favor, bragging rights, fun, all of that? Balancing the Reaper difficulty would be, well, difficult, in my high and mighty opinion. Why is that? Well, for starters, if loot is tied to that difficulty, and only mythic level cool things can come from it, those who cannot complete that difficulty will complain it's too hard, they want their free candy, make everything available on the 20th pike completion, I want my mommy, etc. Sadly, the developers might listen to those people and adjust the difficulty, like the champions. This just takes us back to square one. It's not a challenge anymore. What can Turbine do to fix this? It's a vicious cycle. Second is XP. XP is good in this game. It's plentiful, even if you don't own all the packs. If you're free to play and own 0 packs, you can grind enough Turbine points for Veil and when it's on sale, and then you can cap. I did it in my first Let's Play series. I made a video of how to farm it. I made a video of a build to use. But what if Reaper gave more XP than Elite? Would Reaper then be the new default LFM difficulty? Maybe. But what if you can't hack Reaper? Do you just never group? Well, of course not. There will be many people like me who are old, infirm, and lack skill. Group with us on hard, and you're good to go. I see no reason why Reaper should not give more XP than other difficulty settings. It just makes sense, and it's counterintuitive not to award more XP. Next is the favor. Should Reaper give more favor than the current highest setting of Elite? Off the cuff, with absolutely no research whatsoever, sure, why not? You get an extra pack space faster, returning ammunition from House D, silver flame pots, Yugo pots, etc. The only glaring problem that I see is unlocking the Artificer with House Caneth favor, and that cuts Turbine out of 995 Turbine points for the class. And yes, you have to own the Secrets of the Artificer's pack to get the favor, and if you own that, you probably have paid for better things like the Artificer class anyway. But what about bragging rights? Would the first person to solo a Reaper difficulty get anything besides a screenshot and forum accolades? Probably not. I'd be flabbergasted that someone pulled it off if the difficulty is as insane as it should be, but it wouldn't affect me. There's lots of great players in this game. They know how to finesse the keyboard like a concert pianist and know exactly what to do and when. I am not one of those people. I am lucky not to drown in the shower. The uber elites can have their bragging rights because I am nowhere near their skill level. Hey, do a global announcement if that's possible. Good job. You're awesome. I need to farm Shadow Crypt so I can get this awful 2-weapon fighting evasion paladin build capped. I sound selfish when I say that, and it's mostly because I am. I have my own things to do in the game, my own goals. One of them is not to be mercilessly slaughtered in-game by the first mob that lands a blow. I stay away from Epic Elite because of this. Some quests are not so much of a challenge as a dismal nightmare of frustration. That leads me to the last bit, which is fun. My idea of fun is very different than others. I like certain quests, like Chanticleer. It's not for the XP, or loot, or favor, I just like the chain, and I really don't know why. Also, I like to solo. Not to test my elite skills, because as I've already said, I has none. I just don't zerg, and instead I get breakables, do optionals, and enjoy the class by feeling uber in hard and normal content rather than pushing myself to complete elites outside of Korthos. I'm just straight up not that competitive. I want to do well, but not at the cost of frustration. Frustration isn't fun. I am HO. Let's move on to what Reaper difficulty should be. Overvan Blackheart on my home server of Caneth put it the best when he said, "Punish the strong, demolish the weak, leave no place for recovery. Create frustration, anger, and a feeling of unbearable joy upon success." And I assume he means unparalleled, but you get the gist. This is not the elite of 4 years ago, before the epic destinies and power creep. This is old school, tabletop, Dungeon Master has it out for you gameplay, and you're going to eat it so hard. This is forget your displacement and invis tricks because true sing mobs are a thing. This is attrition. This is throwing everything you have into movement, speed, agility, and damage just to cry over the wipe because you used your 20-tab pack space full of HP and or SP pots, or the cleric hit the wrong key and couldn't fire off a maximized, empowered, quick, and mass hill in time. This is hell, my friends, and those devils concocted by the devs will eat your face right off. At least that's my opinion on what it should be. I hope it's a challenge. I hope it's not, hey, let's tack on plus 50 CR, give them all 500% fort, undispellable death ward, death block, and break for lunch. I hope, as I bang on the table, it's not like that. I want there to be more than a bloody nose. I want evisceration. I want the mobs to not even talk about the encounter after they devour your flesh. You are less than a footnote, buddy. Just some random guys and gals who had the utterly stupid idea that you were going to come into their house and start a ruckus. The only thing better would be if the mobs looted your corpse and kept your Thunderforge armor. Have fun storming the castle naked, silly biscuit. Finally, I want to discuss how this affects the player base in general. As I've said, I'm not part of the player base as such because I think Chanticleer is fun because of a chemical imbalance in my brain, and I solo 90% of an MMORPG. No, this is not me, but the overall makeup of the DDO servers. How will they be affected? Well, gripping would suffer to a degree, but not as much as the frequently broken LFM panel has. The way I see it, from my glorious perch of all-knowing, all-seeing DDO-ness, is that if you want to run Reaper but can't hack it, stick to Elite. If Elite gives you the shivers, go in on Hard. If Hard is too difficult, maybe you should just take up Knitting. In all seriousness, the player base is already fractured. We have 20 levels of heroics and 8 levels of epic. That's spread out to begin with, and when you add play skill, ship buffs, and gear into the equation, you have more grouping problems. The recent idea submitted by the devs of giving a bonus to XP depending on the number of players in the party at time of completion would incentivize grouping more, but honestly I don't see it doing that much. If you solo, you solo. If you play odd times, a 3-man pug is just pure gold. If your server is dead, like Wayfinder, you just might want to find something else to do, like that knitting thing that I mentioned. At any rate, those are my thoughts on the possibility of maybe having a higher difficulty setting than Elite. That is all for me for today. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, this is Dirty William, reminding you to do the dirty work.